And welcome once again to House Zanardelli, where there are no prisoners, only guests. I am your host, Mr. Zanardelli, and I have with me as well the Archmaestress of the Google, my lovely wife, Stephanie.
I'm pretty sure I should be renamed Scribe, but okay. Hi, everybody.
The scribe of the House Zanardelli, yes. I love it. So we're a constantly evolving show. We're in our first season, and we're gonna kind of shake things up just a little bit because we kind of got off to a late kickstart on our episode tonight. We had a bit of a long day with our daughter, trying to get her to bed, and by the time we finally got to the episode, it was like half an hour in. So we're gonna kind of.
We're a little late. Sorry.
We're a little late. Sorry for all you half dozen listeners out there.
Parents. We're parents.
We're parents, yes. And this is our chance to honey, we love you. Just go to bed so we can geek.
So moving on.
And in case a lot of you out there don't know, our other flagship show, since we are part of the Four Midwest Guys universe, we have another show that does like our weekly recap that. They pretty much do all the big plot lines. They touch on all the big stuff, the moment-by-moment recaps and all that. But, yeah, so we figured we want to shake things up and just kind of do a touch of our favorite moments because, good Lord,
There's way too much to recap.
There's just like...
And you know what, boys? You are welcome to it because...
this was going to be at least an hour episode recapping all the major events and everything that went on. So...
I mean, can I start off?
Oh, God, absolutely.
Okay. So, I think one of my favorite things now is the opening, the credits, opening credits, because now we see an Eastwatch.
Well,
that just popped out of nowhere.
Yeah, because I think we all of us fans get excited, because we're like, oh, hey, there's Dorne. Oh, hey, there's Westeros. Oh, Winterfell. Hey, the wolf is back on Winterfell. But we always wait for that one new area. Oh, are we going somewhere new today? And we did. We went to Eastwatch because we got to the wall. We always see the wall.
We have the wall, but then there's Eastwatch.
But then it pans to the right. We're like, oh, hey, we're staying on the wall. How nice. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we have a new set, a new location in the Seven Kingdoms.
Anyway, so that I thought was really cool. And then I think one of my favorite scenes tonight.
So we should have our top three scenes. I mean, we haven't even done a top three, but
yeah, we could do a top three.
All right.
That's fine.
So you
want to go first?
I'm gonna let you go first. Because you said one of your favorite. I'm gonna let you take the first one.
So I love Bronn. I'm sorry, he's like comic relief, and he's great.
He makes Jaime Lannister endearing to us.
Yeah, he does. He really does. So I think my one of my favorite lines for tonight's show was. Bronn looks at Jaime and goes, "Till I get what I want, or till I get what I'm owed, no one else gets to kill you."
Which, by the way, we should note, he's the one pulling Jaime out of the river on the other side of the massacre. Yeah. So yeah, he's the one that saved him from the dragon. It's like, are you a fucking cunt, man? What are you doing charging after her? And just see the big fucking dragon in between you and her.
I thought I could end the war. Did you miss the dragon? What?
Jaime Leroy Jenkins Lannister.
Yeah, right? Seriously. So what was one of your favorites?
Oh, God.
I wrote them all down.
I know you wrote them all down, but geez, it's just the way the episode ended tonight, that's still just sticking with me.
Is that your number one or
It might be my number one, but I'm going to say my number three, if I'm going to go with number three, Gendry is no longer rowing.
You stole one of mine, damn it!
Yes, I did. Oh my god! Because I think what was it? How long was it?
I was wondering if the Ironborn was gonna find him on the ocean still fucking rowing years later.
And they even acknowledged that too. And Davos looked at him and was like, I thought you were still rowing. I mean, because all these memes, like 3 seasons, you've had the Battle of the Bastards, all these big moments. And then there's Gendry just keeps posting, still rowing.
Still rowing.
And he even says still rowing. And he's like, I don't think I want to. But Gendry has joined Jon Snow's army now. After he's forging weapons for the Lannisters. I mean, he's still in Westeros. And he's like, you're right, the safest place for me is right under the Queen's nose. And he didn't even have to ask twice. He's like, I'm fighting against Cersei. I'm with you. And instead of taking one of the hundreds of swords that he made...
Well, because he doesn't know how to use one.
Right. He gets a big fucking hammer, which he uses to, like, murder two of the Lannister guards.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyrion's walking by. He's like...
Yeah, he'll do.
Yep, he'll do. They just go off. So, yeah. Gendry's not rowing anymore, everybody. The Twitter meme can stop now. There's one of my favorite scenes. All right. So
that was two of your favorite scenes, actually.
that's all part of one. Gendry not rowing. All right.
And the ending of them walking out.
No. That all counts. That all counts. So there's my one. There's my one. Because I'm talking about the big freaking hammer of his.
Okay.
So all right.
So another. This would probably be because that was my number 3 before. So my number 2 would have to probably be Jorah returning to Khaleesi.
Ooh, such a good one.
I mean, you had Khaleesi's Dothraki walk up and say, "This man says he's a friend of yours," and of course their tongue, and which I am not even.
And you get that big theme that comes out there,
and it's Jorah, and he's returned to Daenerys. So yay! Of course, it was during a moment where she was sharing with Jon, and that had to be like scene, 2A. That was my absolute fucking favorite.
Whoa. You only get your one scene.
Oh, come on. No, you said 2.
Oh,
so
no,
2A.
Oh, no, that's a different scene. No, if it doesn't involve Jorah, you don't get to say anymore.
It sort of involves
No, it doesn't sort of involve
2A.
Jorah. You're taking my 2.
You took Gendry. So 2A, sorry. 2A was Jon... Daenerys is returning from her battle.
Damn you.
I don't care. Daenerys is returning from her battle, and she lands with the dragon, and basically kind of doesn't charge Jon, but walks up to him.
No, it's not even her charging him. It's the dragon just like
walking up to him, because basically wanting to feel him out, I guess, or something.
No, it's the dragon. I mean, at this point, he's like roasted 2 Lannister guards. Basically made the last...
Not guards.
Oh, no.
But,
right. Our murderer.
But I'm not done with mine. Can I finish mine?
Fine. But he's not feeling him out is what I'm saying.
So Jon...
He's imposing.
Stop talking. Jon reaches out and touches the dragon, and Jon isn't even afraid. He's just, amazed.
He's in awe, yeah.
He's in awe of the whole situation. And the dragon is sniffing him almost, and looking at him and feeling that he knows this person for whatever reason. He knows that he can trust Jon.
Jon takes his glove off and allows him to sniff his hand. Mm-hmm. And it's at that moment, it's like they even they pan up and you get to see the dragon's eye, and the dragon blinks, and it goes from for anyone that has cats and knows cats, when they get that thin little look in their eye, they're like, oh, that's attack mode. But then the eye starts to soften when it smells Jon's hand. So, and we get another hint later on about the lineage, which, if we might have a couple runner-ups here and there. So, but yeah, I almost wanted to say that the moment the dragon smelled Jon, it knew that was a relative. Mm-hmm. Because at that point, the dragon just kind of let Daenerys down. Mm-hmm. Not let her down, but let her off of him and flew away.
He felt safe enough to let her go.
Yeah. So it was... Oh my god. That... Damn you. That was actually going to be my favorite moment of the episode.
Sorry.
You suck. You really suck your 2A. You take Jorah's moment returning to Khaleesi. Oh yeah, this moment ties back into it. Bullshit.
Well, she was busy talking.
Oh, give me your notes.
Well, you should. No, whatever.
No, bite me. All right. Well, you got to go for another one. I gotta look through my notes again. I gotta look through my notes for another scene here.
Well, go ahead and look through the notes.
But okay. So my number 3 was Gendry's return. There's our house sigil in the background. Mr. Whisper, Mr. Tumbler. Oh, God. Long story, but All right, so then I'll have to say my other number two second moment would be kind of not so much because we left off on a cliffhanger tonight where all of our main players exit out through Eastwatch's wall and go out basically looking for one wildling or not wildling, looking for one of the army of the dead to bring back to prove to either Cersei and Daenerys. But it's just there's a moment where all of our key players, Davos, Jon Snow, Gendry, our Wyndham Rewards wildling, and the Brotherhood, or the Brotherhood was it the Brotherhood of No Flag, or yeah, they're all in prison at Eastwatch, and they're all like they're all deciding like whether or not they're going to play allegiance with each other,
whether they trust each other or
right?
not.
And it's like, oh, Jorah Mormont, and then the wildling goes, Mormont, your father was it's like, yes, he was the
treated us like animals and
hunted us like animals.
Hunted us.
And it's like all the petty arguments of all the families. It was almost like a microcosm of the show right there. It's like all these petty little squabbles. And then there's Jon and everybody else going, guys, bring it in. Dead army outside. Get together. Let's get out there. It's just that little interaction with everybody was just so cool.
John had a good line. I wrote it down.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Because Gendry said, well,
it's like we're all on the same side.
Yeah.
And he's like, how do you know that? We're all breathing.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, just, and again, like a couple weeks ago, we had our talkie Game of Thrones episode, which still wasn't bad, and it's because when Game of Thrones has their dialogue moments, their dialogue is so damn razor sharp. It is so good. And this was just one of those moments, like watching all of our main characters, all of our main players kind of like lining up. And that what they're doing is when they go out in that wall, some heartbreak's gonna happen there. Some beloved character is gonna die or get hurt or something bad's gonna happen to them. So we know that all these players that are gearing up here, next week's gonna be a little hard. All right, so that's my second moment from tonight.
By the way, R.I.P. Lord Tarly and his son Dickon.
Yes, Dickon.
No more Dickon.
We can't have any more Dickon.
No more Randall Tarly. However, Sam does not know yet.
Yeah, that's right. Sam's father is dead, and
he does not know because the Archmaester knows, but he did not tell him yet.
I did not have the heart to tell him yet. He's a good He's a good lad. All right, so you've had.
So I've had 3 and 2 and 2A.
Oh, you. No more 2As anymore.
Fine.
We're gonna stick with our one moment from now on. All right, so I guess. All right, what's our big moment? What is
my number one moment of tonight that I thought was friggin' awesome? Was probably Arya watching Littlefinger. She's stalking him because she knows that something. And she knows something is up, and she knows that that Sansa isn't defending their brother, their half brother.
She sees them talking. She sees her talking to the two houses.
She's watching everything.
Yeah,
and she feels like Sansa isn't, standing up for Jon. This is Jon's, army. He's the king, and she feels Sansa isn't really, helping that. She feels Sansa is trying to slide in there herself, and she basically accuses Sansa of that, and in doing so she knows Littlefinger has a play in this somehow, and so now she's taken it upon herself to watch him and to see everything he's doing, and in doing so she finds a note that was given to Littlefinger. She searches his room and she finds a note that it was from her aunt Lyanna. And I believe I didn't really get to read the note because they showed it so quickly.
Yeah, no,
but I believe
out of focus too.
But I believe that it told the lineage of Jon Snow, and now Arya knows it, and now kind of worried about Arya.
Well,
She's a badass, but I'm still kind of worried about her because she's playing with Littlefinger.
yeah, and at the end of all this sneaking around, you kind of get that moment. It's like, are they going to do that thing where they're not they're not aware they're being followed, and then they find something and then they go to walk away and they find out, oh, they knew they were being followed all along. They did that moment at the end where Littlefinger watches her leave the room, so he knows that Arya snuck into his room. But oh god, Arya is one of the protected. That's going to be one that if anything happens to her, fans will react harshly. But
So what's your number one?
Looking back on it all, I'm going to say it's the brother Lannisters meeting again.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
Yes, because... And again, it all goes back into this Army of the Dead moment where Tyrion believes Jon. He believes that there's, an army approaching. And he tells Daenerys, he's like, maybe we can, because they're worried about... I mean, Daenerys is again worried about, sending more of her armies out with Jon Snow, which, you see Daenerys doesn't want Jon to go to Eastwatch, but he still wants to go. And he's like, well, I can't send my army. He was like,
Because
maybe you won't have to.
I think she's developing feelings for him.
Yeah.
But she also has feelings for Jorah.
Right. Which, so what Tyrion comes up with is he says, maybe we don't have to divide our forces. Maybe we'll let the Army of the Dead come to Cersei. And they're like, how are you going to do that? And he's like, well, we're not going to send them to the wall. Why don't we bring one of them to her? So that's what kind of spearheads this whole moment of, where everybody's going. But in order to actually get some kind of audience, they know Daenerys can't go there. They know there's nobody else in Daenerys's place, in her circle, that can basically go to King's Landing
Westeros, yeah.
and, have an audience with the Queen or with anyone except for Tyrion. And Tyrion knows his only in is through Jaime, at which Jaime now is aware. Thank you, Jaime, for now knowing that Tyrion did not kill your son. But yeah, he still got that grudge against, you murdered our father. And then the way that Tyrion gets in is he has Bronn. He talks to Bronn, brings Bronn down, basically into the the catacombs with the dragon heads and everything. And yeah, it's kind of neat because I noticed that all the frames in which they're showing Tyrion, the dragon heads are always behind Tyrion, but Jaime has nothing behind him in all the hallways. So in all these scenes where, and God bless the actor Nikolai that is playing Jaime, because he just had this look the whole time he first sees Jaime, and after Bronn leaves, Bronn's just like, I will leave you two alone. And Jaime looks like he is literally about to murder him.
Well, he did tell Tyrion the next time when he let him leave. Mm-hmm. He said the next, if I see you again, I'll cut you in half.
Yeah, which will be a little difficult for you to do with a sparring sword there. Because he only went down there with the sparring sword thinking Bronn was going to be training with them. But he finally gets a chance to talk to Jaime, and Jaime does still listen because he's aware that, Daenerys' army could wipe them out.
He watched it.
Yeah, he watched it. He's like, and that was only one dragon. She has two more. Mm-hmm. And at this point, Cersei's like, well, we'll hire mercenaries. They work for money and whatever. And he's like, that's not gonna matter. I've seen the Dothraki fight.
Yeah, they do it for sport.
Right, so he's aware that there's bad stuff ready to happen to the entire family. So he has the audience. It's a great moment there. But the big reveal is that as he is telling this to Cersei, Cersei says, basically reveals she's pregnant with Jaime's son. Cersei is with child again.
Bum, bum,
And-
bum.
Oh my god, it's just... Yeah, there are so many moments that kick off all these events that are going on right now, but I think that was probably the
But
biggest
remember,
moment.
she was told, you will watch your 3 children die, and then you will die.
Right. And then, God, I'm drawing a blank on the name again. The Valaris, or...
Varys?
Not Varys, the person that's supposed to basically choke the life out of Cersei.
Oh, you're the one that told me that.
Yeah. There's one of the prophecies that she had was after she watches her 3 children die. I think in what translates to either little brother or whatever will choke the life out of you.
Your brother, yeah.
Yeah. So. Oh man. Yeah. There was a lot of great moments in tonight's episode. We would have gone a lot longer had we covered everything because there's just so much stuff. The stuff with Sam, the stuff with
Dude,
Sam
I want to
in the
kick
Citadel.
Sam's ass right now. So bad. Because he was just being a straight up bitch tonight. I mean, he got mad. He got mad that the Archmaester kind of wouldn't listen to him.
Well, he's frustrated.
And then he took it out on
his
Gilly.
Gilly, yeah. And his son is getting pretty big too. And
Little Sam.
Yeah, little Sam's getting pretty big. And Gilly's reading all these notes with him. She's telling him all about this stuff and this stuff. I was like, and what's an annulment? So apparently, the Archmaester performed an annulment on
For Rhaegar, so that
and then
he
Sam
could
snaps halfway through.
so that he could marry someone, and then Sam kind of jumps all over her.
God damn it, Sam!
Like, I want to
You were
smack you
this
upside the head.
close, Sam. This close.
You want to help John? Quit talking.
Which again, that was another one of our little moments there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, between the dragon, between Gilly reading that little part out there. Yeah, this was.
But Sam did have a good line today.
Mm-hmm.
He had, they were leaving the Citadel, and Gilly asked him, are you sure you want to do this? You wanted to be a maester.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm tired about reading about the achievements of other men.
I'm tired of reading about achievements of great men.
Great men.
It's time to be one. Or basically, something to that effect. It was a really good line.
I'm pretty sure he's heading back to Winterfell, or the Wall, or something. So
Right. Well,
moving on.
Moving on. Yeah.
And I think that we pretty much
covered most of it. Yeah. I mean, it's just it's a geek worthy episode. It's so many great moments. I mean, it's the aftermath of a great battle that
you see. I mean, the other thing that we didn't talk about is you see the Army of the Dead and how big
twice
it is.
Yeah. Oh, no, not twice, just the one time
when Bran sent the ravens out. He's
warging through this like flock of ravens, and it's just.
But I mean, it is a huge army, y'all. Huge.
It's getting bigger. Yeah, it's an army that it doesn't shrink in size. It just keeps growing.
People keep dying. They keep joining. What do you want? Right. But benefits aren't bad. I don't know. Yeah, I think that about covers it tonight, boys and girls.
Yeah, it does. And also consider that we are 2 episodes away from the end of the season. So in true Game of Thrones fashion, the next week is going to be the big one.
Yeah, the big battle.
It's always, or I don't know about a big one, but there's going
to be a battle.
There's going to be some major event, because like season 3's, episode 9 was...
It's always episode 9.
Well, it was the Reigns of Castamere. Yeah, it was our red wedding.
Anyway.
Moment. But yeah, this is... shit's going to go down next week.
Yeah.
And then the week after, we're going to see the build up.
Make sure you watch it, and if you don't, we'll be here after. No big deal.
And be sure to check out our other, should I say, fraternal podcast since it's all the boys
I don't know.
together? The two Brians and Aaron.
Well, they call themselves the Eastwatch. Check them out. They're really awesome too.
If you want to get the whole recap of the episode, you can check them out. If you like this format of us just like, geeking out over our favorite scenes, let us know. We just wanted to go a little bit more freeform so we don't talk your ear off, basically.
So check us out. We're on YouTube also. What's the name of it?
You can check out House Zanardelli on our YouTube channel. You can also go to the number 4 MidwestGuys.com page and check out our podcast there as well.
Podbean,
I think. I have to look it up again. I mean,
Okay.
I'm just a contributor. I send out the episodes.
And we put it out on Facebook. So
yeah, and we'll post it on our 4 Midwest Guys page on Facebook as well. And be sure to check us out there. Again, we'd love feedback. If anything you like, anything you don't like, let us know. It's up to you guys to let us know how we can change for the better or how we can continue to keep bringing you the stuff that you enjoy. So, I think if we've touched on all our bases.
Yeah, we're good.
Yep. All right. So then this has been our House Zanardelli recap of Game of Thrones Eastwatch. And from my lovely wife, Stephanie.
Hey, y'all have a good night. See you next week.
And from myself, I wish you all a pleasant day.